Hey, everybody, this is Brenda Green with the Be Strong Group. I hope that I'm finding you well. We're so glad you're joining us tonight, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to speak with you again. Again, I'm Brenda Green. My husband Patrick and I founded the Be Strong Group in honor of our son Braden, who has sickle cell disease. And our nonprofit, we want to spread awareness of sickle cell disease through education, advocacy, and empowerment. And this show, the Tuesday chat, we wanted to just introduce some topics that are important to those who are impacted by sickle cell disease, and just discuss it and share with you. So, for those who are impacted or for those who just want to learn, this is for you. So, we're glad for everybody for listening in, for wanting to learn more about sickle cell disease. We just want you to know that everything here is for educational purposes only. If there's anything that's specific to your health or your child's health or your loved one's health, please seek recommendations by your primary care, your specialist. But we're so happy that you've joined us and are listening in. So, if you saw the intro or the write up about today's chat, I wanted to do a recap and talk about our event that kicked off Sickle Cell Awareness Month. September this month is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and we're dedicated every day. Well, we're dedicated all year, but this month we want to make sure that we share information about sickle cell disease to help continue to spread awareness and educate our community. So read the post that we share, you share it, and let's all get together and learn as much as we can about sickle cell disease. But before I do a recap and before I talk about other events that's going on in the community, I wanted to share or have a discussion with a special guest tonight, because one important thing that we've talked about in the past are treatments and medication and therapies for those with sickle cell disease. There are also a lot of studies that are out there because research has to be done in order to make sure there are cures, that there are treatments or therapies that are safe for our sickle cell warriors. So it's so important for us to learn about them, to know about them, and to for those who are eligible to participate in these studies to participate, because participating not only help yourself, but it also help those who will come up after you. So I am so excited to bring to the stage Miss Dima Hendricks. Dima, thank you. You guys, Dima is the CaRISMA Health Coach Manager, which is through the university, led by the University of Pittsburgh. And Dima, I know people just heard me say CaRISMA Health Manager, University of Pittsburgh. First, thank you for being here tonight to share.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
We appreciate you. But before we talk about CaRISMA, will you just share a little more about yourself to our guests?
Okay. Well, I'm Dima Hendricks. I am also a sickle cell warrior and advocate. Was diagnosed with sickle SS when I was 6 months old. Um, and you know what comes with it if you are a warrior. It comes with pain, surgeries, the whole nine. I'm just glad, glory to God, I'm still here. Um, and yeah, I have a family. In spite of sickle cell, I have a family. I have two children. I have a husband. Um, I was a pageant queen. I'm also an author. I wrote my very first book, Unleashing Royalty. It was published last year. And now I'm a health coach manager for the CaRISMA Study.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's a little bit about me.
Well, that's a lot of good things about you, and I want and part of us having guests, and especially warriors who are our guests, is to make sure we share a portion of your story, introduce yourself,
Mm,
and realize that our warriors are people. They're
yeah.
mamas, they're daddies, they're children. So I just want to make sure that we add that piece in. So CaRISMA. Can you share with our listeners about CaRISMA? What is it?
So, CaRISMA is a study that was started by the lead investigator is Dr. Charles Jonas Saint. And he thought, in addition to pain medication, what are other things, and what are other techniques that we can help our warriors with? And he thought, maybe CBT, cognitive based therapies, or might be helpful for sickle cell warriors, because they're, those therapies are so helpful outside of the arena of sickle cell. So he thought maybe if we added that um, to our world, maybe it would be helpful. And so right now we're just recruiting participants who are willing to see if the intervention works. And we're not asking participants to get rid of their medication altogether. It's a study that's we kind of want to see what happens if we use CBT and pain medication, and see if it works. But so far, we've had hundreds of participants, and we've had people report that say that the health coaching aspect of the intervention is life changing. Um, but the health coach intervention is only part of the study.
Mhm.
So there's the health coach intervention, there is the intervention where you learn off of an app. Get video lessons about sickle cell. And there's a lot of things that I didn't know. I thought I was a sickle cell expert advocate. There's a lot of things that I didn't know that I learned through the app. Um, so there's the app, there's the pain diary, there's so much, it's so packed of things that our sickle cell warriors can receive just by signing up for the study.
Oh, okay. That's great. And let's just back up a little bit. I know we talked about it's mainly centered. The study is centered around pain,
Yes.
um, and we know that pain is one of the most common.
Yes.
Uh,
It is the hallmark of sickle cell disease.
right. Right.
So we look for people who say that have chronic pain more than um, more than more than average. So we look for those specific warriors to see if it'll be an effect.
Right. And so this is important. This is an important study that's going to attempt to find ways to kind of to help with that pain, to help
Right.
with, that telltale sign of sickle cell disease. So this is truly very important, and it will impact so many warriors. Um, and I know we say, those who are participating, like I said before, will not only help themselves possibly, but, you know, the young ones coming up behind them, younger warriors who are not, eligible to participate in this study as of yet. So, um, kind of share your opinion or from your position, the importance of a warrior, a sickle cell warrior, in participating in a study or this study.
So participating in the study is very important, period. We need to find other ways to help navigate through sickle cell disease, even if it's curing, if it's of other alternative medications, even if it's a study like this where we're not using any medical interventions, we're using just CBT and like cognitive therapy and behavioral studies is very important all across the board, because especially I'm going to speak to to this about the psychology of it all.
Right.
Um, People with sickle cell are more depressed. We're more, we're more suicidal. We have There's a lot going on with us, and it's because of sickle cell that keeps us really in a depressed, funky mood. And the correlation was never we never made a correlation until as of late.
Right.
So it's important for us um, to participate in these studies so we can learn more, not about the disease and how we can eventually have an intervention in the future. I know we're jaded by Tuskegee and Henrietta Lacks and all the other things that has happened. It's a painful history when it comes to studies, and we have learned from that. Studies, it's illegal now to try to even conduct a study that is out to harm us. Um, with the Internal Revenue Board, the IRB, um, everything that we put out, as far it could be a photograph, it could be the language, everything is under review,
Right.
and it's under painstaking review before we are allowed to go out into put a study on clinicaltrials.org or any type of trial, period. It takes a long time to get that approval. So know that it's safe now to do a clinical trial or to do a study, because everything is ran through a fine-tooth comb. Everything is scrutinized, and you will be safe.
Right. So, how can someone, if they're listening and they're interested in participating, what is the eligibility? Can you state what the eligibility requirements are, or how can they sign up?
Sure. To be eligible, of course, you have to be a warrior, and you have to prove that you have diagnosis of your sickle cell disease. You have to experience pain, more often than not. And you just have to be a willing participant to just want to speak to us and um, be willing to take part of the intervention. It is voluntary, but you will be compensated and you'll be welcomed into the CaRISMA family, of course, and get free swag after completion of the study. So those are the perks and the eligibility. And it's just simple to see if you're eligible by going online to CaRISMA Study. Let me make sure I have the right, because I keep saying the right.
Yeah, I was gonna type it in for everybody.
Yeah, I will type it in.
Okay.
So it's charismastudy.pitt.edu. That's what I use, but Dr. Charles uses another URL, but it all works.
Okay.
So I'll definitely put it in the chat again. It's charismastudy .pitt.edu. And you can see if you're eligible. You'll see Dr. Charles's video, his intro video, which he explains it thoroughly and is very entertaining when telling us how to participate in the study. Yeah, and you can see if you're eligible. You'll be screened, and within 24 hours after being randomized, you will be contacted by your health coach.
All right. So, you guys, if you're interested or just to find out if you're eligible, go to charismastudy.pit, right? .edu. It's on the screen. So go there and take a look. There's a lot of good information that's there, and you can go check it out. And I'm sure, Dima, that there's a link also if they have any additional questions.
Absolutely. There's also there's questions. There's a mock of the first lesson. We give a sample of the lessons that are on the app. Yeah, there's so many things that you can find there on the site.
Okay, great. So, um, we talked about how they can sign up or find out information. Talk to us about the CaRISMA Study team. Who will they interact with?
So The first interaction is the health coach manager, myself. I interact with everybody that comes across, and I greet them and say hello. So people are actually that some of the participants are recruited via their site.
Okay.
There's only maybe 8 sites that are, I don't want to, I'm probably saying it wrong, but there's a few sites within the US that are actively recruiting participants. So they may see if they're with University of Chicago, Duke University, Vanderbilt, um, University of Pittsburgh, just to name a few. They will be approached by someone there who may steer them towards CaRISMA. But anyone can come on virtually, um, and after they go through the questionnaire to see if they qualify, they'll be uh, they'll be greeted by myself, and then they'll be assigned to their health coach. Now, the health coach component is only 12 weeks or 3 months. Um, and it's optional if you want to continue the health coaching intervention. But there's also other components after, before and after. There's a pain diary, the education module, which you'll actually be talk like interacting with people in the video engagement. You may even get a phone call from the lead investigator. He's that involved. So there's a whole team that works with you along the way. We have our financial team to make sure that you get your payments on time. We have IT. We have a whole team that interacts with you along the way via text and phone call. There's an option to do video chats. So you'll be in great hands.
Okay, that's great. So we heard how they can register or find out more information. We heard who's a part of the team. You did mention about compensation.
Yes.
So not only are there being part of a study that may help kind of navigate that pain and how it's addressed, but
Mhm.
there's compensation that's involved with the study. Can
Correct.
you share more on that?
So the first after you sign into your pain diary, after you're randomized, you sign into your pain diary and you have your first interaction with your coach. You receive $75, and then there's the 3 month marker assessment. I don't know how much you get on that back end. I have to kind of, I think it's like 50, but you get a payment on the 3 month assessment. You get a payment during the 6 month assessment and the closeout of the 12 month assessment. So in total, it's $250 worth of compensation. And then if you complete all of the assessments, you'll also be receiving some CaRISMA swag. And I don't have it here, but we have like Yetis. Like, I mean, and for those of you who don't know what a Yeti is, and I don't have my here, I have like 4 of them. They are very, very, very expensive water bottles that keep your water cold for maybe 48 hours. They're
Um,
really good. So we'll give out Yetis. Where I'm creating t-shirts right now. I'm creating like some diaries and journals and things like that. Um, so yeah, I wear many hats with the study.
yeah.
Do quite a bit. um, so yeah, there's compensation and so many perks.
Right. And social media presence. There's a YouTube channel, correct?
Right now, yeah, we're working on it.
And
Doing that too.
Instagram, or is it TikTok?
We
Instagram.
have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have so everything is CaRISMA Study at CaRISMA Study.
Oh,
Um, so we have Instagram. Right now we have a campaign which is called Ask the Health Coach. If you have a sickle cell related question, um, and you would like a health coach to answer it, you just ask the question. You can inbox us or you can email us. Um, and one of the health coaches will answer it on social media. So yeah, we have that campaign going on right now.
Okay, you guys, so go to Instagram, TikTok, do at CaRISMA Study,
Yep.
and follow, share. If you know a warrior, go ahead and share. This is a great opportunity. Again, it's not just an opportunity to help themselves, but it's an opportunity to help gather data and information,
Mhm.
um, proven information that will help those who will follow afterwards. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to be a part of all this. I'm excited to know about that this is available, and
Yeah.
this is something that can possibly even will help my son as well,
Yeah.
the information that's received from it. So this is something that's great that I wanted to share, that I want to possibly reach someone who may be interested in helping, may be interested in navigating their own pain journey within their sickle cell journey. This is an opportunity where they can partake and participate and be an active member of it.
Yeah.
Um, is
And I
there
just wanted to say you were like one of the best coaches. You like you come in clutch even in, some sad times, and I just want to literally give you your flowers and say thank you
Thank you.
for being a part and being so dedicated to the team. We really, I can speak for Dr. Charles too. We really appreciate what you bring to the table. Yeah, we just appreciate you and your family.
Thank you. And it's important for me to be a part because it's learning for me as well. And then from the perspective of a caregiver and
Mm,
witnessing a lot of, what our warriors are sharing, and just be in a position where I can help. Because I know, like I've told a lot of people from the start of us even starting our nonprofit, it was in honor of Braden, but now it's bigger than us because I
right.
met so many amazing people and I see the impact and I see the need of us sharing information so that we can support and help each other. And that's why, I'm happy to be a part of this community,
Mhm.
because we're stronger together. I know there's a listener on here, Miss Yvonne, who always says we're stronger together when we work together,
Right.
centered around this cause, sickle cell. So, Dima, can you share with us why this is important to you, especially during Sickle Cell Awareness Month? How does being a part of this CaRISMA study, being an advocate, well, and being, of course, being a warrior, but how can you connect this and the importance of it, the significance of it during Sickle Cell Awareness Month?
I mean, it's just important overall. Um, it's not just during Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I think it's just important for us to try to have a better quality of life. Um, and something for me, I know having a coach has helped me. And I'm going to be transparent. Having a therapist and having someone to kind of make mental checks and balances has helped me have a better quality of life. And um, just having that accountability is so important. And knowing that I don't have to get rid of pain medication just yet. You know, I can talk about things and wean myself off according. Like I don't have to. Um, it's just I'm speaking for me now.
Yeah, yes,
It's just so important to know that sickle cell affects the mind, body, spirit, your soul. And
yes.
um I think for me, I think I'm going on and on and on. For
No,
me, so important because like what I feed my mind, it can come out in pain. It can cause like what I think, the negative thoughts and not having boundaries and not assessing things the right way or addressing things the right way or allowing things to fester makes me sicker.
mm,
And so being having the ability to talk to someone about my feelings has made my quality of life so much better. So I really suggest, if you don't believe in therapy, that's fine, but having someone to kind of compare notes with, having someone, especially as a warrior or a caregiver, that really understands how you're feeling and you can kind of compare notes, it's so valuable.
Right. And that's so important that you touched on that because your quality of your mental health is so important because
Mhm.
the mind is strong. It dictates a lot in the body.
Right.
And, by you recognizing um, stress, you recognizing any triggers, um, that's how we can actually learn on how to address it and maybe cut back on some of that pain that it may trigger or even stop it. So that's important. But mental health is important. It's okay to talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We
Mhm.
all need it. We all have to be healthy in order to live, mentally healthy in order to live that quality of life that we all deserve. Um, so thank you for mentioning that part as well. And with sickle cell, there are no breaks in this journey. There's
Mhm.
always, and every day isn't a horrible day, but every day, um, you have to. There's something you have to be consciously thinking of and preparing for or things like that. So it's not a simple, it's not a simple journey at all.
Mm-mm.
And so I really appreciate your perspective as a sickle cell warrior. And you guys that are listening, we're talking to Dima Hendricks. She's the CaRISMA Study Health. Oh, I was about to give you a new title, CaRISMA Health Coach Manager
Yeah.
of the study that is led by the University of Pittsburgh. And she's sharing, information about the study. The study is for sickle cell warriors that experience a good bit of chronic pain. And you can learn if you know a warrior or if you're a warrior yourself, visit charismastudy.pitt.edu is on your screen and find out if you're eligible to participate. Um, and she mentioned about you will get the guidance of a health coach for a certain period of time. And you will be able to talk to someone to bounce things off to navigate this to create or gather information that will not only help you, but those who are younger than you or not eligible for this study. So, this is so, so important. Studies are so important. That's one of the things our nonprofit want to make sure we keep at the forefront. Things that are important to those with sickle cell disease, as well as important to our community, so that they can be aware. Even if you are listening, you don't have sickle cell disease, you may know someone who does. Could be a coworker, it could be a student. Um, share this information. So, Dima, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to talk to us. And I know how busy you are and how much you have on your plate. So, I appreciate.
Well,
um,
for you guys, I'm here for you guys.
I know you are
I'm
always.
here for the Be Strong group.
So much. Thank you so
I
much.
love you guys.
Is there anything else you want to share? Because I don't want to hold you.
No, well, I did want to say this. I was listening to a podcast on I don't know, Audible, and I was like, this sickle cell podcast is dope.
Oh,
This
what?
is great. And I realized it was your husband, just like
Ah,
maybe like a month ago or something.
uh-huh.
Oh, it's them. So you guys are doing great things.
Oh,
That
thank
yeah,
you.
that podcast he did, I don't know if it's coming out or he did like 4 or 5 that I heard. Amazing.
Thank
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So keep doing what you're doing. People are listening. Um, and I'm saying that because I'm, fellow podcaster
you.
to another.
Absolutely.
I know how hard it is. You guys are rocking it, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for saying that, Dima. And it's so good to, that we know we're reaching people
Yes.
and getting the word out. Dima, make sure you add information about your podcast. Make sure you add information about your book as well. And if you can't add it in this conversation here, you can get it to me and I'll make sure sure I add it so everybody can be aware.
I don't think I can make a comment. Can you see my private comments?
Oh,
So
now I can.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll add it in the comments because I can only type there, but
Okay.
we'll add it to the comments and then you can share.
Absolutely.
So I do have my own personal website, dimahendricks.com, and everything goes to where it needs to go. For my book, Unleashing Royalty, for my podcast, the Through the Pain podcast. And yeah, that's
That's it.
about me. That's what it is.
Her out, you guys. Dima Hendricks, we're so happy you joined us. Took some time out of your busy schedule to join the Be Strong group on our Tuesday chat during Sickle Cell Awareness Month. Actually, it's Sickle Cell Awareness every day of the year.
Okay.
So we're going to take advantage of this month and fill you guys with some good information. So thank you, Dima.
No problem.
Much. We appreciate you.
I
So
appreciate you too, sis.
thank you. So we'll catch you next time, Dima, because I do. Oh, let me tell you a little secret. I do want to have a episode where I invite authors,
Okay.
so we can all chat. Get the books out there and get people reading about sickle cell disease.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do next. So you're already on the list.
So my book is really, I talk about sickle cell, but I'm also a pageant queen, of like a former pageant queen. So the book really is about unleashing your royalty and using your pain to help you unleash your God-given royalty. So it's a big like therapeutic self-help book.
Right.
We recommend it for people who are having issues, not just with sickle cell, but
Just life.
life.
Yeah. And you have a life.
Life.
So thank you again. So we look forward, you guys, you'll see Dima again.
Oh
So
yeah.
be sure.
You see.
All right, lady, take care.
Thank you.
And you guys just hold tight. I am going to just do a recap of our event that we used to kick off Sickle Cell Awareness Month. It was actually August 27th. It was the ninth annual Cycle for Sickle Cell and Blood Drive event held at Eastover Park, my hometown, in Eastover, South Carolina. I would like to, and you guys don't hold me if I miss some names here, but I'm finalizing a dedication video, a super cool video to kind of recap the event. But I wanted to tell you guys, thank you to everyone that participated, to everyone that shared our posts, to everyone that donated blood, to everyone that volunteered, to everyone that gave their kudos to and encouraging words. We appreciate you so much. I want to thank the Richland County Recreation Commission. Um, Thank you for your continued support. Thank you to the staff at Eastover Park. Jacoria, thank you. And everybody, thank you there. They were amazing and accommodating, and they've embraced this event and want it to be a success in our community. So thank you. Thank you, American Red Cross, for being a continued partner. We appreciate partnering with you to host the blood drive aspect of it. Thank you, Visha, for being there from the beginning to the end. Thank you to all of our donors. And hopefully, those of you who are on Team Be Strong, you have your Braden Buddies wristband if you signed up on the team. And if you haven't, let me know so I can make sure I get your wristband so you can let the world know that you are a Braden's buddy and you are a regular blood donor. Thank you so much. So thank you to the town of Eastover. Oh my gosh, Mayor Gunner and First Lady Camille Gunner, thank you for being there. Thank you for actively participating, volunteering, prepping for the event. You were amazing, and again embracing this event. This event we hosted in honor of someone who's close to our family, who's a cousin, Harriet Roberson Scott. We remembered her at this event as well as last year event, and we dedicated to her. So thank you to Team Harriet for showing up. Adrian and Erica, thank you for allowing us to recognize and remember your mom as the amazing warrior mother she was, and cousin and loved one. So we appreciate you all so much. Um, Thank you to the Sickle Cell Consortium. I know a lot of times in planning, you have to prepare, you have to have the social media content, you have to have your flyers, you have to have, you know, support in order to prepare and provide swag bags, things like that. Thank you, Sickle Cell Consortium, for your continued support of us, the Be Strong Group, as a partner, CBO partner of the organization, and providing the support that we need in order to host a successful event, of being there in social media, and having a presence. So thank you, Sickle Cell Consortium. You guys check them out. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Um, Thank you, James R. Clark Sickle Cell Foundation, for being there, for providing education, for providing trait testing, so people can learn their trait status. Thank you for always working and partnering with us in activities. Um, and we'll give you a shout out about your events coming up during Sickle Cell Awareness Month as well. Thank you, Richland County Sheriff Department. We appreciate you making sure the roads were safe for us to walk, run, uh, ride, cycle. That's why we were there. Thank you for once again the officers actually participating in the event and being there and listening to the community and engaging with the community. That's important, as they are protecting the community. So we appreciate Richland County Sheriff Department, especially Region 8, for being there. Thank you, Captain Connors, for kind of getting everything all together, to make sure we were in a position to host this successful event safely. So thank you so much. Um, the food. Thank you, Fish Hole, for providing the food. Thank you to so many small local businesses in our community in the town of Eastover and surrounding areas that supported us. A's Kinderoo Care, thank you. Cakes and More by Angela, Ray of Sunshine, Parties by Deja Divine, thank y'all. Michael Archie, Kiwan, and Tasha Weber, thank you so much. Barbara Weston, thank you. The Campbells, thank you. Morris Blackman, thank you. James Orr, thank you. Thank you all for all of your support. Thank you to my team, Be Strong, the volunteers, Ebony, uh, Brianna. Thank you for the time you dedicated to get volunteers. Thank you to Kendra, Team Kendra, Macon. Thank you for our Sickle Cell Warrior, Princess Brown. Thank you for helping, get the volunteers there, getting some of our vendors there. We appreciate all the help that you provided for that activity. DJ Turn Up, thank you for playing the tunes to keep us live. We appreciate you so much. Thank you to everybody who came out. And participate. Oh, you guys, we had Able, South Carolina, who were out there providing COVID vaccines for our guests, for our participants. So a lot of people were able to get, those booster shots that we need for protection. So thank you, Able, South Carolina, and Mackenzie, for sharing about, what you all are doing within the communities, providing a barrier-free opportunity for people to receive their COVID vaccine. So we appreciate you. I know I probably forgot someone. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, to my sisters, to my mom and dad who were out there. Thank you to everyone who came out. Tyrone Mitchell, thank you, and the cyclist, for once again supporting this year. I know we said we're going to start planning for next year. You guys going to be out there. I think they did like 50 plus miles. Ooh, cycling. So we're looking for it to be bigger and even better next year. So Sharp Iron Riders, we're looking for you and all of your companions to come out and participate. Phi Beta Sigma, a part of the Columbia Sigmas. Thank you for your continued support of what we do. Thank you for spreading awareness and the importance of blood donation. We appreciate everybody. Again, I'm putting together a video to kind of thank some people. Um, and I knew I should have wrote a long list of everybody who participated, so I wouldn't forget any names. But you guys don't blame the brain here. But I appreciate everyone who took part from the beginning to the end to the wrap up. For one, those who want to plan for next year, we appreciate you so much. So that was a recap of our event that kicked off Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and now it's Sickle Cell Awareness Month. Um, there's a walk this weekend. We will be there. Team Be Strong will be there. The James R. Clark Sickle Cell Walk. That's this Saturday. It's going to start the 10th, and it's going to start at Martin Luther King Jr. Park here in Columbia. It's a 2-mile walk. And we're going to be walking in honor of and memory of our sickle cell warriors and their families. So there's still time to register and through Strictly Running, but I will share the links with this. But there's a walk this Saturday, September 10th here in Columbia. Then there's a walk on September 24th in Florence, the Florence satellite office of the James R. Clark Memorial Sickle Cell Foundation. Also on September 24th, there is a I Love Someone with Sickle Cell Family Day, hosted by Dre 365. That's Visha Jameson's. She is the CEO of that organization. We'll share all of these links about these activities. There's a blood drive coming up this Saturday as well, hosted by the N Omega chapter. It's going to be on 10204 Two Notch Road. That's a long number. But it's a blood drive starting this Saturday at 9 a.m. I'll share that link as well, that flyer. There's a lot of activities going on during Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and we're gonna make sure you know about them. So any opportunity you get to learn and share, please do so. And I think that's it. Oh, I did want to mention we, the Be Strong group, were awarded a grant. We're hosting a project called Project Empower, which is a caregivers workshop. And these are for caregivers of those who have sickle cell disease. So it could be its parents, its grandma, aunt, uncle, anyone who loves someone with sickle cell disease and care for and a part of their village and want to learn more on how to be an even stronger advocate. We started our first workshop. It's a series of 6 workshops. We've hosted 3. Our first workshop was in June, and we're about to host our 4th one on September 29th this month. And we're going to hear from Maya Bloomberg from the University of Miami Medical Facility. She's a nurse practitioner. She will be talking about basic sickle cell, what we call sickle cell 101s, and as well as including understanding your warriors lab. So if you're interested in participating in this caregivers workshop, and this one will be offered virtual, and we do have recordings of our previous workshops, send me a message. You can send a request here saying, hey, Brenda, I want to know more about the caregivers workshop. Or you can direct message me on our Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram page. Or you could just send an email to the Be Strong Group at gmail.com and say, hey, Brenda, I'm interested in the caregivers workshop. So that's an important project that we are carrying out, providing a service to our caregivers. I know Dima mentioned in her talk the importance of, the health of our mental health. And as caregivers, it can be very stressful, especially, and I can speak from the perspective of a mother, because we just want our babies to be okay. We want them to be well. And sometimes, we want to be sure that we're sharing information and providing information that can support us in our journey to be sure that we're caring for our warrior. And so, like I said, it could be an adult child caring for their adult parent, or going to doctor's appointments with them, or it could be a spouse, a husband or a wife, who caring for their loved ones with sickle cell disease. Sometimes we want to be sure that we have all the information, or at least know that we have access to the resource that we need in order to be as strong an advocate for them as we possibly can. So we're excited about Project Empower. Let us know if you want to know more information. We're also excited to those who give ongoing donations so that we can give back to our children's hospital as well as our adult sickle cell clinic, providing miscellaneous things that they need, hydration in the form of Gatorade, Powerade, or water, snacks when they're in the clinic, toys for the kids. Those are things that we do and we want to do to give back. So that we can support our village, our community. So I know this has been long, but I want to kind of give you guys an update, where we are, where we've been from our last event. Just thanking you, and also just give some heads up. We're approaching our 5-year anniversary. So 5 is grace, and spiritual meanings of numbers, and we're hoping to celebrate in November, with our 5th year. So we'll keep you updated with that information. But if you guys don't have any questions of me, I appreciate you taking the time and indulging me and listening. And we will definitely see you next Tuesday, because it is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and we're going to do something each Tuesday to help spread awareness. So we appreciate you all, and I bid you a good night. Thank you for listening.